Class 10th, First Flight, Chapter 5, The 100 Dresses, Part 1. About the author. Author name Albesol Esther. Born 9 May 1906, West Haven, Connecticut, United States. Death 15 July 1988, Handel, Connecticut, United States. Award John Newbery Model. Education Pratt Institute School of Information. Today, Monday, Wanda Petronsky was not in her seat, but nobody, not even Peggy and Madeline, the girls who started all the fun, noticed her absence. Usually, Wanda sat in the seat next to the last seat in the last row in room 30. She sat in the corner of the room where the rough boys who did not make good marks sat. The corner of the room where there was most scuffling of feet, most roars of laughter when anything funny was said, and most mud and dirt on the floor. Words immigrants means migrant. Ethnicity means the irrelationship between gender. Scuffling means strife. Wanda did not sit there because she was rough and noisy. On the contrary, she was very quiet and rarely said anything at all, and nobody had ever heard her laugh out loud. Sometimes she twisted her mouth into a crooked sort of smile, but that was all. Words contrary means opposite. Twisted means sick, unless means yet, crooked means curved, faded means weak. Nobody knew exactly why Wanda sat in that seat, unless it was because she came all the way from Boggins Heights and her feet were usually caked with dry mud. But no one really thought much about Wanda Petronsky. Once she sat in the corner of the room. Words contrary means opposite, twisted means sick, crooked means curved. The time when they thought about Wanda was outside of school hours, at noon time, when they were coming back to school, or in the morning early before school began, when groups of 2 or 3 or even more would be talking and laughing on their way to the schoolyard. Then sometimes they waited for Wanda to have fun with her. The next day, Tuesday, Wanda was not in school either, and nobody noticed her absence again. But on Wednesday, Peggy and Maddie, who sat down front with other children who got good marks and who did not track in a whole lot of mud, did notice that Wanda was not there. Peggy was the most popular girl in school. She was pretty. She had many pretty clothes, and her hair was curly. Maddie was her closest friend. The reason Peggy and Maddie noticed Wanda's absence was because Wanda had made them late to school. Words nobody means no one. Track means trail. Pretty means beautiful. They had waited and waited for Wanda to have some fun with her, and she just had not come. They often waited for Wanda Petronsky to have fun with her. Wanda Petronsky, most of the children in room 13 did not have names like that. They had names easy to say like Thomas, Smith or Alan. There was one boy named Bounce, Willie Bounce, and people thought that was funny, but not funny in the same way that Petronsky was. Wanda did not have any friends. She came to school alone and went home alone. She always wore a faded blue dress that did not hang right. It was clean, but it looked as though it had never been ironed properly. She did not have any friends. Words alone means without any person. Faded means weak. But a lot of girls talked to her. Sometimes they surrounded her in the schoolyard as they stood watching the little girls play hopscotch on the warm, hard ground. Wanda, Peggy would say in a most courteous manner, as though she were talking to Miss Mason. Words yard means a ground, hopscotch means move erratically, courteous means tactful, manner means kind. Wanda, Peggy would say in a most courteous manner, as though she were talking to Miss Mason. Wanda, she did say, given one of her friends a nudge. Tell us, how many dresses did you say you had hanging up in your closet? Words. Nudge means a gentle push. 100, Wanda would say. 100, exclaimed all the little girls incredulously, and the little ones would stop playing hopscotch and listen. Yeah, 100, all lined up, said Wanda. Then her thin lips drew together in silence. What are they like? All like, I bet, said Peggy. Yeah, all silk, all colors, velvet too. Words incredulously means skeptically. Yeah, velvet too, 100 dresses, Wanda would repeat stolidly, all lined up in my closet. Then they did let her go. And then, before she had gone very far, they could not help bursting into shrieks and peals of laughter. 100 dresses, obviously. The only dress Wanda had was a blue one she wore every day. So why did she say she had 100? What a story. Words. Velvet means soft, stolidly means not showing any feeling, shrieks means shouting, peals means roar, laughter means humor. How many shoes did you say you had? 60 pairs, all lined up in my closet. Cries of exaggerated politeness greeting this. All alike. Oh no, every pair is different, all colors, all lined up. Words. Exaggerated means high flown. Polite means civility. Greeted means salute. Peggy, who had thought up this game, and Maddie, her inseparable friend, were always the last to leave. Finally, Wanda would move up the street, her eyes dull and her mouth closed, hitching her left shoulder every now and then in the funny way she had, finishing the walk to school alone. Peggy was not really cruel. She protected small children from bullies, and she cried for hours if she saw an animal mistreated. If anybody had said to her, "Don't you think that is a cruel way to treat Wanda?" she would have been very surprised. Cruel. Why did the girl say she had 100 dresses? Anybody could tell that was a lie. Why did she want to lie? And she was not just an ordinary person, else why did she have a name like that? Anyway, they never made her cry. As for Maddie, this business of asking Wanda very day how many dresses and how many hats. Words. Inseparable means do not separate. Straight means road. Hitching means pull. Cruel means heartless. Bullies means punks. Mistreated means abuse. Ordinary means simple. And how many this and that she had was bothering her. Mary was poor herself. She usually wore somebody's hand-me-down clothes. Thank goodness she did not live upon Boggins Heights or have a funny name. Sometimes when Peggy was asking Wanda those questions in that mocking polite voice, Mary felt embarrassed and studied the marbles in the palm of her hand, rolling them around and saying nothing herself. Not that she felt sorry for Wanda exactly. She would never have paid any attention to Wanda if Peggy had not invented the dresses game. But suppose Peggy and all the others started in on her next. She was not as poor as Wanda, perhaps, but she was poor. Of course, she would have more sense than to say she had 100 dresses. Still, she would not like for them to begin on her. She wished Peggy would stop teasing Wanda Petronsky. Words. Bothering means become upset. Hand-me-down clothes means old clothes. Embarrassed means ashamed. Mocking means false. Invented means discover. Today, even though they had been late to school, Mary was glad she had not had to make fun of Wanda. She worked her arithmetic problems absent-mindedly, had the nerve to write Peggy a note because she knew she never would have the courage to speak right out to Peggy to say, "Hey Peg, let's stop asking Wanda how many dresses she has." When she finished her arithmetic, she did start a note to Peggy. Suddenly she paused and shuddered. She pictured herself in the schoolyard, a new target for Peggy and the girls. Peggy might ask her where she got the dress that she had on, and Paddy would have to say it was one of Peggy's old ones that Maddie's mother had tried to disguise with new trimmings so no one in room 13 would recognize it. Words glad means happy, shuddered means vibrate, trimming means decoration, disguise means underhand. If only Peggy would decide of her own accord to stop having fun with Wanda. Oh well. Maddie ran her hand through her short blonde hair as though to push the uncomfortable thoughts away. What differences did it make? Slowly Maddie tore into bits the knot she had started. She was Peggy's the best friend, and Peggy was the best liked girl in the whole room. Peggy could not possibly do anything that was really wrong, she thought. As for Wanda, she was just some girl who lived up on Boggins Heights and stood alone in the schoolyard. She scarcely ever said anything to anybody. The only time she talked was in the schoolyard about her 100 dresses. Mary remembered her telling about one of her dresses, pale blue with colored trimmings, and she remembered another that was brilliant jungle green with a red sash. "You did look like a Christmas tree in that," the girls had said in pretended admiration. Words blonde means fair, scarcely means maybe, pretended means drama, admiration means respect. Thinking about Wanda and her 100 dresses all lined up in the closets, Maddie began to wonder who was going to win the drawing and coloring contest. For girls, this contest consisted of designing dresses, and for boys of designing motorboats. Probably Peggy would win the girls, copy a picture in a magazine or some film stars had so that you could almost tell who it was. Oh, Paddy was sure Peggy would win. Well, tomorrow the teacher was going to announce the winners. Then they did know. The next day it was drizzling. Maddie and Peggy hurried to school under Peggy's umbrella. Naturally, on a day like this, they did not wait for Wanda Petronsky on the corner of Oliver Street, the street that far away under the railroad tracks and up the hill led to Boggins Heights. Anyway, they were not taking chances on being late today because today was important. "Do you think Miss Mason will announce the winners today?" asked Peggy. "Oh, I hope so. The minute we get in," said Paddy. "Of course you will win, Peg." "Hope so," said Peggy eagerly. Words consisted means lie, motorboats means the boats that are moved with water, drizzling means a very light train. "Hope so," said Peggy eagerly. The minute they entered the classroom, they stopped short and gasped. There were drawings all over the room, on every ledge and windowsill, dazzling colors and brilliant lavish designs, all drawn on great sheets of wrapping paper. There must have been 100 of them, all lined up. These must be the drawings for the contest. They were. Everybody stopped and whistled or murmured admiringly. As soon as the class had assembled, Miss Mason announced the winners. Jack Bagels had won for the boys, she said, and his design for an outboard motor was on exhibition in room 12, along with the sketches by all the other boys. Words gasped means heave, windowsill means window, ledge means limit, dazzling means shiny, lavish means very grand, whispered means scream, murmured means gabble, exhibition means show. And room 13 should be proud of her. This one girl actually drew 100 dresses, 100 designs, all different and all beautiful. In the opinion of the judges, any one of the drawings is worthy of winning the prize. I am very happy to say that Wanda Petronsky is the winner of the girls' medal. Unfortunately, Wanda has been absent from school for some days and is not there to receive the applause that is due to her. Let us hope she will be back tomorrow. Now, class, you may file around the room quietly and look at her exquisite drawings. Words worthy means qualified. Unfortunately means very bad chance. Applause means cheer. Exquisite means perfect. The children burst into applause, and even the boys were glad to have a chance to stamp on the floor, put their fingers in their mouths, and whistle. Though they were not interested in dresses, "Look, Peg," whispered Mary. "There's that blue one she told us about. Is not it beautiful?" "Thank you."